to sit with you and talk about religion for half an hour. He doesn't have the time. He's in a rush to go and catch a bus or to go and catch a train and so forth. So maybe this is not the right time. A little bit like hints, maybe like, well, we're really very happy with seeing you here. Welcome to Egypt, and I would really, it gives me pleasure to give you this book. Just read it when you have some free time. If they will have the time, maybe they will read it. If they don't, maybe they will not. But don't push them to do so, because this is not the right time. This is just like an example. So you need to select the suitable context as well. Someone has just approached you on the train station and say, excuse me, I need your help. Where's the platform number 9? Is it platform number 9? All right, okay, just stay here. I'll tell you something about Islam. Islam is really the religion of wonderfulness. You live it and you just forget all your problems. And they just ask you about platform 9. It's not about Islam. So the right context will help. You're inviting them out for coffee or for a meal, and then you just like to chat and talk about anything. Maybe by chance, do not make it very obvious, not premeditated, that you invited them to talk to them about Islam. They don't like this. They will hate it. Then they're using them. But as it happens by nature, when you see something or something that belongs to Islamic culture, something to belong to something from our like calligraphy, writing and so forth. Maybe you say, oh, this is Alaikum Salam wa rahmatullah. Something, this is really nice, I can buy you some of these tablets, so we call them like these parchments that they are sold in the tourist shops. These like the parchments, زي ما يسموها ورق البردي, good parchments, and sometimes you have some of the Quranic verses on them. Maybe I'll say, oh, I'll give you a gift of one of them, and you give them to them. What does it mean? So because they can't like hang it or stick it to the wall, and they don't know what this means. So, well, this is a Quranic verse that says, maybe it will be intelligible enough for you to find something that has relevancy to your role as a Muslim preacher. قل يا أهل الكتاب تعالوا إلى كلمة السواء, or anything that has some kind of inspiring notions that would make them think, which is very important. Right? If you have the time, you may explain it. If you do not, just say something small and say, okay, I will send you the translation later, inshallah, and you do so. So the right context and the right situation and the convenient time as well is very important means to you to make sure that your word reaches the target. Okay? So no antagonism. You say, when they say, no, I'm sorry, I don't really like religious texts, so okay, it's fine. It's no problem. You just said something that you think it is your duty as a Muslim preacher to say, and you did. So if they do not feel interested, khalas, your role is over. So do not become very hostile or reactionary to this and say this is something personal. Do not feel unhappy. Right, so we think about the situation where you started talking about Islam to someone else, and the contactee or the person that you are talking to is in a receptive mood. He thinks that he is welcoming the idea of talking about religion and Islam and so forth. So you feel this, or you sense this atmosphere of welcoming on their side. So let's go. So talking about this will take you full interest to explain things to them. They feel ready to hear, and then you find them they are serious and they are eager to listen to you. So you can go ahead. You can discuss a little bit further. In the quantity that time allows and the perception in this time allows. So you can't explain everything in one go. Just one simple thing. And if they feel interested, you can go to another section and so forth. Right, so this will be like marked by their their interest will be expressed in their asking for further questions, getting into serious discussions and debates, and expressions of their views and so forth. So these are some of the symptoms that will tell you that they are in a receptive mood, so you can go ahead. And here we can, this is my feeling, this is what Yusuf alayhi salam, Joseph did in the prison. You know the full story of Yusuf alayhi salam when he was sent to jail because he did not obey the Al-Aziz's wife, and he was sent to jail, and he ended up being imprisoned by two people, and the two people, they assumed that he looked intelligible, and they asked him some questions about the interpretations of dreams. And then he started the da'wah even when he was in prison. He started talking to them about Allah, about the unity of Allah, giving them some examples from real life and so forth, a little bit by bit, so they felt interested, and we know the rest of the story. So this is just one example to show us how we do things in our da'wah. Very simple, but very important. So if you find this, maybe you will need to elaborate more on particular ideas that they feel interested on, that will capture their interest, and then you can give them further literature. If time does not allow for a discussion of 2 hours time, maybe you'll just raise the main points and say, well, if you already have the material, the relevant material on you, like a book or so, or like a copy of the Holy Quran, and say, well, I can give you this and you can read it later. Or I will send you some literature and then you do so by email or by post or anything else. So you are now furthering their knowledge about this subject. And be careful when you give this information out, because sometimes we feel enthusiastic and we just want to give them as much information as we can, and we unrationally and uncritically gather anything that happens to fall in our hands, like websites, like books, like any kind of leaflets, and give them away to them, which might include something not relevant or something not correct. So be careful in selecting the material. You need to consult with someone who knows, or maybe you just refer yourself to trusted books, like a book translated in Islamic theology or Islamic law or so, and you think it presents the vision of Islam correctly, so you can give them out to the person. Right, so the contactee, the person is in a receptive mode, so you go ahead. This is a green line for you to go ahead. Right. We have another situation. We have the contactee is not interested. He's not in a receptive mood. You just talking to him and say, yeah, you know about Islam. Yes, I know about Islam. You know about I know the Prophet Muhammad. He's not. He just wants to tell you that I'm not in a receptive mood now. Please, put this off until later. Let us postpone this chat until later. But you can't see this. You have to be very observant of the situation. The developments of the situation are very important for you, which will give you an idea about where to stop and what to say. And some of the symptoms of this is that you're talking to them and they just returned from their Aswan journey for 2 days on the train, and they start yawning and they can't even open their eyes. These are symptoms that say the person is really too tired to listen to that. Even if you are a close friend of his or of hers, you still